So I know I sent a couple of days ago the email about not uploading files to your website, and I didn't want you to think that for one you can't share files digitally because you can and still stay within copyright guidelines. But I also want to be able to kind of show you the alternative route, and I think it's going to be really helpful for a lot of different things. Even for some of you who maybe have never shared, a worksheet or something digitally, I think it's going to give you an option. So what I did was I searched Sunnyvale ISD AUP and just kind of want to show you again why this happens. So when you upload a file to our website, here's the AUP. It gets this whole web address here. Okay. That's kind of like file path. It's like when you save a document to your computer and you have, it's in C, your name, documents, and then the file name. That's the file path. So our website works the same way. It puts us into this library in our content management system. And that file then becomes like a link. And Google goes and searches websites, and Yahoo and Bing do the same thing. And they categorize all these links and pages and they try to figure out what they're about. And so that they can make sure if it's good information for people when they search and it's kind of related to that it pulls up. And since we're a school website, they think we're offering good information. And so that file is there and it's indexed in Google and Google pulls it in. And even though, you might password protect the page and make students log into it or hide the page, the link to the file is always there. Even if, that you have inserted a quote unquote link yourself, that's just a link to the link that was already existing. So I know it's a little complicated, but that's kind of what happens. And so therefore Google finds it and they pull it up. And even if you delete the page or whatever, or delete the link off your page, the link to the file is still in the database. And you can see this is a typical page up here, sunnyvaleisd.com/page/82, or it may say /site. Yeah, that's that. This is /CMS library 3. So it's our content management system, the library of documents, our school. So you can see that that's completely different, hence it's in a different place. So what can we do so that we can share files with our students digitally, save time, use copies wisely, all that kind of stuff, let them hang on to it longer, but still stay within copyright? Well, your two big options are obviously going to be, for one, Google Drive. So with Google Drive, once you upload the file, if your sharing permissions are only set to share with the people who you want to see it or people who actually have the link, then it won't index in Google searches. Now, if you make it public on the web, you're going to run into the same problem. So option one would be you can upload it to Google Drive. So I can go new, file upload, and then I'm going to downloads, and there's that same file. I can upload it into Drive and it'll be there. Okay. Now, the other thing you could do is if you're going to be doing a lot of this, you could have a folder you share with kids, and then that way you just drop the document into the folder and you don't have to keep resharing every time you want to do a worksheet. So that's one option. Okay. And I'll show you something else cool. So when you upload this PDF into Drive, okay, because most worksheets come in PDF, be it files that you buy from Teacher Pay Teachers and other sites like that, be it workbooks, documents from math and science workbooks and other resources that you have. When you open them up in Drive, it may take it a second, there's this little open with window, and there's a tool called Doc Hub, okay? All teachers and students have this pushed out to their account. They should have automatically been granted permission. You might have to click a button to authorize some things the first time. But you can actually open up the worksheets in this, be it a computer, be it a tablet, be it a phone, and you can pull up and you get all these tools where you can draw on the PDF, you can insert a text box, you can highlight things. So basically they can do the worksheet online digitally. They can even save it back to their Drive. And I've got a video on Doc Hub if you want to go watch kind of some of how to do it, or I can come over and show you. And so they can do that. They can save it back to Drive. They can share it with you, all sorts of things, or they can just download it if they want to. But if you save it back to Drive, they can actually come back and edit it later. So it's a whole way that not only can you share it, be within copyright guidelines, because the copyright basically says you can share it with your students. You just can't share it with the world. And when it's on Google, it's shared with the world. Okay. Now, another thing, I already did this one, Google Classroom, another option, same thing. I shared it. It's there. They can go access it that way instead of having to go through a Drive. It saves some time on the sharing end of having to share it over and over again. And then you can do the same thing. Now, I have to click twice because I'm the teacher, I think. I think your students shouldn't have to do this. But if I open it in a new window, I get this same open with button will pop up in just a moment. Hopefully it did earlier. There we go. And then I can open up in Doc Hub again, not Cloud Convert. Cloud Convert's a fun tool, but we won't talk about that today. Okay, so open up in Doc Hub, same thing. I can edit it and do all those things. So if you have files that you've paid for, if you have, workbook that you have in a digital format for the subject that you teach, and resources, PDF pages from a textbook, different things like that, you can share them digitally, okay? So you can do that. And you can do it by staying on copyright lines if we'll just utilize Google Classroom and Google Drive. There are other tools, but I think those are going to be the easiest ones, especially because of the other tools we can integrate so students can actually manipulate and work with those documents. If you want some more help with it, let me know. Like I said, I think it's great to share files this way because kids get access to it, and then they can always have access to it, especially if it's notes and things like that that they need to refer to again and again. And then again, we still follow in laws and everyone's happy. If you want any more help, just ask me. If you need some other information or another tool you're interested in, let me know and we can either get together or make another video.